What's up, friends? How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I want to start right now and say thank you all for looking at another video that I'm getting ready to do, because you all could have been doing anything else on this earth. You could have been doing anything else, like spending time with your husband, with your wives. Y'all could have been listening to some good music or doing anything that's more entertaining than what you're finna get ready to listen to. But I want to stop right now and say that if I do say anything, if I give you any content, if I give you any information on this videos, on these next couple of videos, I want you to like them. I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you to hit that notification button, even share it with somebody. And I promise you that it will be something that might cause us to think, might cause us to ponder in our mind and say, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't see it like that. So hopefully that these next couple of videos will be something that will be inspiring and informative to us. The next couple of videos that I'll be doing will be videos as it pertains to the spiritual attack upon our kids. It will be pertaining to something like spiritual warfare. It will be pertaining to Satanism, witchcraft, the vigil of Samhain. Some of those videos will be something that will, hopefully, that will inspire. Hopefully, will open up our eyes to know that, man, I didn't know, I didn't see it this way. I didn't see it that way. So if you could just stick with me with it for the next couple of videos, 2-3 videos, if you can stick with me, I will vastly appreciate what you all doing, just sticking with me. But I'm thinking right now about this spiritual attack upon our kids. Our kids has gone back to school. Our kids is being, bombarded by a lot of things in school systems. Our kids is being attacked by spiritually. Our kids are being attacked mentally. Our kids are being attacked emotionally and physically. And we as parents, we as people, we as adults, we have to wage war on the enemy as it pertains to our kids, because the enemy is out to destroy our kids. He is out to destroy their psyche. He is out to destroy their emotions. He is out to destroy their spirit. He's not playing fair. He's not playing for to give them back to you in the next 5 years. But if he can destroy their minds, if he can destroy their spirit, he can destroy their will to do anything as it pertains to God, as it pertains to being a affluent, or being a productive person in society, he would be all about that. So I want to let you know that, it is our responsibility as parents, it is our responsibility as adults to make sure that our kids is not only being protected, but our kids is being prayed for, our kids is being, prayed over and everything like that, because the devil is out for Keith. He's not out to give him back, like I said, within the next 5 years. But when I look at the spiritual attack on our kids is going through a lot of things. Our kids going through a lot of different attacks. And one of the attacks that our kids is going through is an attack on their self-worth. When I look at the kids' self-worth, a lot of times we've heard people say, well, you're not going to be anything. You're just going to be just like your mother. You're just going to be like your father. You're just going to be like your uncles and your aunties. You're going to be useless. You're going to be worthless. You're not going to be worth a dime. When they begin to feed that negativity, when they begin to feed that type of ridicule in a kid's mind and a child's mind, it would cause them to feel a type of way as, I'm feeling this type of way. I'm not anything. I'm not going to be anything. Therefore, I'm going to live up to what they want me to do. I'm going to, if I have to hurt somebody, if I have to hurt myself, if I have to hurt my family, well, that's just the cost of it, because you've told me I'm not going to be anything in life. Therefore, I'm going to do just what you said. I'm not going to be anything in life. Therefore, you got to understand and realize that when we're ridiculing the kids, when we're ridiculing our sons, our daughters, that is what the enemy is wanting us to do, is to say that they're never going to be anything, they're never going to amount to anything, they're going to be like the other parent. We should never get to that point and say, you're going to be just like your mother or like your father. You're going to be just like your uncle or auntie. We should never get to that point, but we should always get to the point and say, well, son, you can make it. You can do great things in this earth. You can do great things in your life. You can be a light to a person. You can be a light to a kid. You can be a light to another, neighbor or friend. But you've got to always feed positivity in a child's mind. You've got to always feed a type of, you can be more than what you are right now. When you begin to feed that type of worth, you being, you being good at something, you are great at something, they'll begin to play in a child's mind. So you got to understand and know that the devil is out there to destroy our kids' mind. He's out there to destroy their self-worth. He's out to let them know that they're not going to be anything in life. That's why there's so many kids that are committing suicide. That's why there's so many kids that's giving up on life. That's why there's so many kids that are ready not only to take their life, but take other people's life, because that's all they've ever heard when you saying they're not going to be anything. They're not going to amount to anything. Therefore, you got to understand and realize that that is a trick of the enemy. That is a trick of the devil to destroy the kid's mind, to destroy their attitudes, to destroy their perception on who they are. And another thing that the enemy will do, that will attack the kids spiritually, it will be as it pertains to their body images. We might call it body shaming. We might be call it, sexuality, or whatever the case is. How many times have we heard people say, you're overweight, you need to lose weight, or you too skinny, you need to eat some more, you too obese, you need to lose some weight because you're too big, or something like that. And that will cause a perception to be in the kid's mind to feel as though I'm nothing, I'm too big, I'm too small. Therefore, should never get to that point where you always ridiculing a child over his size, over his appearance, over his physique, anything like that. But you should always be there and say, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You should appreciate who you are. And another thing that the enemy is destroying our kids, is destroying teenagers, destroying 5, 6, 7-year-old kids with, is the idea of sexuality. There are so many times that kids now between the ages of 7, 8, 9, 10 years old have lost their identity of who they are sexually. They have lost their sexual identity. And I'll be even more surprised to know that sometimes it will go back even to the 4 and 5-year-old kids. The enemy will begin to tell them in their mind that you was made a woman, or you was made a man. You don't have any identity of who you are. Just try to be this or try to be that. And that will cause a type of confusion in that child's mind. That will cause a type of confusion in their hearts, cause a confusion in their psyche. So, that's what the enemy is out to destroy our kids. He's out to destroy their self-worth. He's out to destroy their body images. He's out to destroy their sexuality. Not only is he out to destroy their bodies, their minds, he's out to destroy their sexuality, but he's out to influence them in the wrong way. He's out to influence them with people that don't need to be influential in their lives. He giving them drug addicts. He giving them drug dealers. He giving them killers. He's giving them street walkers and pole dancers. He's giving them all these type of influences in life. But we've got to understand that we can be our kids, we can be our neighbor's best influencer. We could be there to say, well, look at this person, he's out, he's working hard. Not only he's working hard, he's being an inspiration to other people in life. We should never get to the point that we letting the devil have them for us with influences. We should never get to the point where we letting the devil have them as far as being a type of role model for them. We should never let the world be a role model for our kids, but we should always be the first role model for our kids. For our nieces, our nephews, we should be a role model for them. Another thing that the enemy is destroying our kids with, he's destroying them with money. He's destroying them with prosperity. He's destroying them with a lack of work, because little work has never hurt anybody in life. Little work has never been a killer to somebody. But we see that the enemy is destroying our kids in so many different areas when it comes to their sexuality, when it comes to the influences, when it comes to self-worth, when it comes to possessions and money. The enemy is destroying our kids in so many different areas. That's why we as people, we as parents, we as aunties and uncles, we as cousins, we as neighbors, we've got to get to the point where we're not going to let the enemy destroy our kids, not going to let them destroy their mindset, not going to let them destroy their self-worth, we're not going to let them destroy their sexual identity or anything like that. But we're going to be there to feed positivity in our kids, in our neighbors' kids. We're going to be there to lift them up. We're going to be there to let them know that regardless of what the enemy might be causing confusion in your mind, confusion in your heart, but you can do great things in this earth. You can be a positive role model. You can be whatever you want to be, but don't let the enemy have our kids, because if he have our kids, then 5 years down the road, he's not going to give them back to us. Say, hey, I've used them up. I'm through with them. Here you go. You can have back your son. You can have back your daughter. You can have back your niece, your nephew, your cousin. You can have them back after 5 years. But the devil's playing for keeps. That's why we've got to always pray for our kids. We've got to always be there for our kids, because they're under attack. They're under attack with so many different things, but we've got to be there to be the role model. We got to be there to be the influencer. We got to be there to pray for them. We got to be there to help them in every area of their life. And I promise you that if we help them, they will turn around 10 years down the road and appreciate us even the more. So if I said anything that was informative, I said anything that was enlightening or inspiring, I want you to give me a like. I want you to give me a thumbs up. I want you to share it with somebody. Hit that notification button and subscribe. So until this time next time, I want to say God bless you. God bless you, and God bless you.